Main event started off pretty not ideal for
he just landed first. I'll say that.
Yeah.
He just landed first.
Tszyu, I think I tweeted, and you'll appreciate this, Ant. He fights his punch output is like on fight night when you want to make sure you're not draining your stamina. Because he's a pressure fighter, so he's there, but he's not throwing a ton.
Yes.
So he's there, and you're like, okay, like, are you gonna punch me? Or and Terrell Gausha has his guard up, and you throw a punch, but it's not like a ton of output.
It's so intimidating, Carson. He's literally like stalking you like Michael Myers.
Yeah.
All fight,
And
he's coming forward.
He's right there.
He's coming forward.
Yeah.
It's like, oh.
He let his hands go. There was one time where, I can't think what round it was, the fifth maybe?
He let him off.
Where he hit Terrell Gausha, and it was like Jacques Cousteau could never get this low. He kind of almost went down, but didn't. And he let his hands go a little bit there, but he's good. I'm not sure if he's ready for the top guys, my opinion.
Fedor Lubin winner.
Yeah, I like that
I'm
fight.
cool with that.
I don't, Castano Charlo winner. People saying that's a lot.
I think Castano might be a better style for him than Charlo.
You talk about pressure fighters. Those guys are gonna be. That's pressure. That's Sean's Lupe song, Pressure. But yeah, I don't know. He was there. Terrell Gausha, not a huge puncher, and to put you down is something. Obviously, he dominates the fight, but it's something you got put down.
He's been put down a few times.
Yeah, a couple times.
Well, we've seen in his last two fights, Terrell Gausha, if you're aggressive, he'll walk you into a right hand.
Yeah.
So.
It was maybe a good test for Tszyu, just because.
Great test.
Yeah, it was somebody who, Terrell Gausha has his guard up a lot of the time. It's funny because Terrell Gausha's arms are like blocking the body punching. Because I mentioned last week, we said Tszyu's a really good body puncher, and he couldn't really land a ton of those huge body shots, but did you get to see much highlights or anything, SP?
Yeah, I was gonna say, and what I saw in the first round was classic Terrell Gausha. As long as I've known him since I was a kid, he's always had that's kind of been his thing. Is timing. He could always time you with a good shot and then move away. Now his thing is to use the high guard and wait for that perfect time, and just. When I saw it, I was like, damn, like that's been Terrell as long as I've known him. Yeah, classic Terrell right there. But beyond that, we got classic Terrell, not too active offensively, not too active with his movement or anything like that at all. And just ended up being the kind of fight that I expected it to be. Not from the start after the knockdown, but I quickly realized, hey, he's the kind of guy that'll get you with that knockdown, but he still has to look for the timing to do it again. And Tszyu on the other hand, like you guys said, I didn't really see, at this point, him. This wasn't the big introduction to the U.S. that he would have hoped it would be. Great test for him as well, and definitely a lot to learn from moving forward. Been knocked down a few times too, so you got to wonder what that's all about. He gets up strong, finishes. Well, what you get knocked down for in the first place, So right. I think you got to answer that. He's got to answer that question
first one's on the house.
Yeah, right. they both was throwing a shot and
it
landed first.
Well, he's a guy, with the Jeff Horns of the world, just used to being so dominant and dictating in there, just imposing himself constantly, being the boss. And ran into a guy who could match some of his physical strength, has a great background,
Olympian.
good, who sparred and worked with the best since he was a kid in America. And he got learned in that first round. Not going to be as easy as it was back home. Yeah. And that was a great lesson for him to learn. And he responded well. I didn't get to catch a lot of the fight. I caught the last two rounds, and he was in control. So he responded to it well. And shout out to Terrell Gausha, because I still think he's shown some growth since the Arislandi Lara loss. I mean, we're talking about he didn't let his hands go, but I think he's letting his hands go more these days than he did after he learned from that Lara loss. So still a shout out to Terrell.
And it's tough to
let your hands go against a prime Arislandi Lara.
Oh, of course. And against, if you don't let your hands go against Tszyu, like Ant said, he's like Michael Myers. He's there. It's like, you go this way, I go this way. You go this way, I go this way.
It's very intimidating.
Yeah.
What's up? I'm Showtime Shawn Porter.
I'm Ant. Follow me on IG, Ant with 2 T's. Let's do it. Let's do it again.
All right. Just introduce yourself.
Okay.
And then you tell them what to do. I'm Showtime Shawn Porter.
I'm Anthony Brenagh.
Carson Merk. Like, subscribe, comment.
This is the Porter way.